Good morning, go Hawks. Yeah, so I've got like a 27-hour journey, including transit, which is not too bad. But when I get home, I'm going to work the same day. So yeah, I'm landing in the morning and I'm back at work in the afternoon. I have got the day after off though, so that might be a saver a bit. But yeah, this vlog might be late, probably a day or two late because obviously I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get ready for work. I'm gonna go home, shower, work uniform on, go to work, come back. So this vlog will be later than later than it should be, but it is what it is. It's time to say goodbye to Australia for the second time in 2 years. I'll be back in March for 3 weeks. I'll be exploring Perth and Sydney definitely, and I'm looking to explore Tasmania and also visit Australia Zoo in Queensland. So that's in the works. I just need to wait for the A4 fixture to be announced because I also want to do round one and possibly something else as well. So yeah, I'll let you know more details nearer to March, but I'm coming back in March and I'm definitely going Perth and Sydney, and that's guaranteed. So yeah, I look forward to that. But yeah, it's time to say goodbye once again. It is a sad time. It's a sad time, but I do like going home after a long holiday. I've had a great time. My two best holidays of my life come in the same year. California earlier this year, and then this now. On this particular holiday, the 36-hour journey here, the Alice Springs Outback road trip to Uluru, seeing Uluru, climbing Kings Canyon near Uluru. It's not near, it's a few hours away, but still. So they're doing all of that and then flying over to Queensland to dive into the Great Barrier Reef, sitting on the seabed. I wish I could get that on video, but it was just amazing. I was leaning down on the sand on the seabed of the Great Barrier Reef. It was just amazing. The fish down there are quite interesting as well. And exploring the rest of Queensland, not the rest of Queensland, but northern Queensland, Danger Rainforest, Mosman Gorge, Great Tribulation. And flying into Melbourne, seeing Dandenong Ranges and also seeing AFL Finals games. 3 out of 4 week 1 games, not too bad. Collingwood, Melbourne, Carlton, Sydney, and flying over to Brisbane yesterday for Brisbane, Port Adelaide, and now flying back here. Yeah, it was a great time. I did lose half my holidays by flying, but still, I had a great holiday, and it was just a great time here. So I appreciate everything, Australia, and I shall be back next year and hopefully also the year after. So yeah, I'm gonna head over. Also, I had my flight was actually 3 planes. It was Melbourne, San Francisco to Chicago, and Chicago to London. That was my flight plan. That was the flight plan my agent put me on. It was initially Washington instead of Chicago, then they changed it again. But today, the flight's been delayed 2 hours, the Melbourne flight. So because that's delayed, I could not make the flight to Chicago. I tried to contact them. I was on hold for like 2 hours. And then I got an email saying, we've changed your flight. So I'm just like, didn't even have to contact them. They changed it anyway. So now it's just directly Melbourne to San Francisco, then San Francisco to London. So it's 2 planes. Low transit, 2-hour transit, that's a bit worrying because you got to, in America, you got to retake your bag. But it should be all right. I think it might be a different terminal as well, but it should be all right, hopefully. So yeah, 14 and a half hours, Melbourne to San Francisco. No window seats. I prefer window seats, a wall to lean on, something to look out. To be fair, I only look out the window like 10 minutes of the entire flight, but I still would rather have it. But I go on aisle seats to San Francisco. That's going to be fun. At least I can go to the toilet when I want. That is one advantage. And then a couple hours transit and then 11-hour flight back to London. I got window seat for that. They rescheduled me. I didn't have window seats initially from Chicago to London, but I've got window seat now. San Francisco, there was 1 seat available. They automatically put me there. I'm right at the back of the plane on the window seat. So at least got a window seat back to London. That'll be good. So yeah, I enjoyed this holiday. I hope you enjoyed experiencing it with me because I've had a great time at both events and adventure. Yeah, and this is like, we'll call it a draw. My best holiday is either this one or California. It will call it a draw because there's so much in both holidays. I feel like the other one I did more as well because I lost less days, but it's hard to compare. But both of those, we'll call it a draw. We'll call it a draw to 2 great holidays in the same year. I also saw the Egyptian pyramids this year as well, so that's another one. Hotel's Arrow on Swanston. You can't see the logo. You can actually, but it's not the words. We are almost ready to go. My hotel, basically a block of flats. There's 2 entrances, 2 different flats. But yeah, it was all right. You know, Wi-Fi was a bit dodgy, but yeah, it was still faster. Every Wi-Fi was fairly fast apart from one in Brisbane, Madison Time Hotel. I had to get my phone's 4G connected to my laptop. I did my 35-minute Brisbane Lions vlog over my phone's 4G, threaded through my laptop. My laptop was living off my phone's 4G for the whole night. It worked though. Apart from that, the Wi-Fi has been fine. It's just that one, it's fast, but it takes ages to connect. It's just like, yeah. But anyway, it's been mostly good. I feel like the fastest Wi-Fi I've had is actually in the Outback, which is quite funny. It's almost 8 a.m. Monday morning. A lot of people are going to work right now. I've just seen a stampede of people, work or school. It's kind of depressing, isn't it? Meanwhile, I'm just going home. Guess what Davidoff just did? Train shouting at me. I'm next to the MCG. Guess why? I went the wrong bloody way. Brilliance. I am now getting out of Jollymont, crossing a bridge, and getting on the right train. I am an idiot, my friends, I'm an idiot. So I was saying that everyone's going to work, I'm going home. Then again, I'm technically going to work. You know, my commute's just longer. People are getting, you know, maybe an hour train journey, maybe less than that, to get to work. Meanwhile, I got to fly 30 hours and then go to work. So go figure. Should be classed as the longest commute to work of all time. It's got to be. There's a sign, maybe I just had to come back here to say goodbye. Next two trains are to Flinders Street. So either it's the train that continues on to Southern Cross, or it's the train that goes backwards and I gotta get off and switch platforms. If I got off just a station earlier, it would have been fine, because it was connected. Continued on to it's the train to Mernda. I swear I got on the Mernda train. Went to Central Station. I saw a train to Mernda, platform 1. The thing that I got out the lift, and then I immediately saw the first train arriving, because it said 2 minutes. I thought that was the train. Maybe I just didn't look. Bro, I need to be more self-aware, man. I was walking into that lift like, yeah, I'm talking to you guys. I look behind me, the door's closing, there's like 5 people trying to get in the lift. I'm just like, oh, whoops. I just about pressed the button in time to hold the door open. That would have been very awkward. I didn't even hear them coming. I literally did not hear them coming. That's funny. Must have got on the Pakenham train. Unless they had got on Mernda, it's like a different Mernda. I don't even know. Either way, I got on the wrong train. We are at Southern Cross now. Bro, there was a guy in this lift coming up in Essendon hoodie. Gotta look at him like that Simpsons meme with that fake Bart Simpson. My suitcase has dodgy wheels, I can't bloody move it properly. But I moved out the train station just before going to the Skybus, just to say, Southern Cross, we meet again. Cross, I'll see you in March. Suitcase is called Ezzy Roll. It is not easy to roll this thing, but I've got to kicking it to get it close thing. There's an AFL kitchen. What on earth is an AFL kitchen, mate? W. Smith. Inevitable. Almost ready to go. It's just like Los Angeles on the way here, on the way back to San Francisco. I got to get my suitcase, then I got to drop it on a conveyor belt that's specifically for connections. So it should be fine. But the transit 2 hours is a bit worrying, but it'll be alright. As long as the plane doesn't get delayed any longer than it already has, it'll be alright. Not been to McDonald's once on this holiday, but I could not resist a McFlurry. I've got to have at least one. I don't have to, but I just wanted it. Alright. I am knackered after this holiday. So a good ice cream is a good ice cream. It's never been so easy getting through customs to go home. Literally, I didn't even see anyone. I just scanned my passport at one gate, went to the second gate, looked at the camera. That's it, I'm through. Efficient. It's probably because I'm a British citizen, so like, I think there's certain countries where it's easier to, you know, to get out, but still, it's good. Some people got through and had to see someone still. I just went straight through. So, it's a W, my friends, it's a W. Go again. It's crazy, man, there's so many of them. I thought it was genuinely, like, up to a year ago, I thought it was a British thing. Because like at British airports, there's like 10 of them in every airport. Like that's not exaggeration either, they're everywhere. Every terminal, before security, after security, WS Smith literally everywhere. So like to come to the other side of the world and still be the case is actually quite, it's like, so it's not just a British thing. Brilliant. I saw it somewhere else, I think it was Egypt I saw it. They're taking over the world, my friends. Tim Tams are 4 for $20. You know what, why not? I'll get the original, the white, the deluxe decadent triple choc and the double choc. Screw it, let's do that. So normally there's an hour left until the flight departs. It's 3 hours because of the delay. Well, I'm gonna just skip to the plane because there's no point in watching me blabber on for 3 hours. Right behind my gate. 4. You would not believe what happened to me. I mean, maybe you would believe. I already told you it was 2 hours delayed, right? So even with that 2 hour delay, it might have been all right. Then it was delayed again. It was delayed again because the flight crew were late. So that was a bit frustrating. We got on the plane, it was delayed a bit more, but we took off and we landed, say about 20 minutes to 40 minutes to land, considering all delays. So at that point, just over 2 hours, 2 hours, 20 minutes until, you know, the next plane. I thought, hey, everything's all good. We land and we can't leave the plane because we are waiting for the plane to leave. All the gates are full. The pilot says it's high time. All the gates are full. There's no space. We got to wait. I'm just like, whose fault is that then? It wasn't us who delayed the flight. But because the flight was delayed, we arrive at high time when apparently most of the planes are departing and arriving. So there's no gate available. He said 10 minutes minimum. It was more than that. It was at least half an hour. So there's that. I get in to customs. The queue is long. I tell some of the staff, like, I got a flight. They're just like, no, you just gotta go. Couldn't get through. Maybe I should have applied for that. There's a thing in the US called global entry. So if you apply for it, if you're successful, you get like a fast track anytime into the US. Maybe I should have got that. It's like $100 for 5 years. But apparently it's really hard to get in. Anyway, that's a different subject. Right, so I'm waiting, and I finally get there to the officer 4 minutes before boarding time. But there's still just under an hour until the flight leaves. So I thought, hey, it might be all right. Yeah, it might be all right. I get to the office, I tell him, like, I'm in transit. I got a flight to London at 12:30 and everything. And he's just like, have you got merchandise for your, have you got cash for your merchandise? I don't know what sort of question that is. I don't know why that's relevant to me transiting and going home, but I don't know. I gave him a British passport. Inside the passport is a valid US visa. I'm literally going home. I'm only coming here for like an hour and I'm going home. I've got a valid visa anyway, so I can stay if I wanted to. Obviously, I can't just do that, but you get the point, right? If I was visiting for like 2 weeks, I could do that with that visa. That is the point, right? So I got the visa under my name, the passport under my name. It's a British passport. I got a flight home to Britain. That's not enough, apparently. So the officer is like, he gives my passport and my phone to a lady. He's just like, follow her. So I follow her into a room where it's called secondary. So I assume it's just a secondary officer, right? I'm in this waiting room, right? There's people waiting. I don't hear everyone, like, some people they interview like right there in the room. Some people they interviewed it in a private room. But the two guys interviewed before me. There was a whole waiting room, right? And I thought I had to wait after all of them, but I didn't have to. The two guys that were in front of me, one guy has a criminal conviction, right? He has a criminal conviction. That's why they doubted it letting him in, because he's literally convicted for doing something, right? Not anything violent. It's actually quite funny what he did. I'm not going to disclose it. But the point is, he got arrested for something and he's on his file. And the next guy, he has a resident visa, but he's not living there. He's just visiting. And you're not supposed to do that. That's the wrong visa. You can't just get one visa and do something else with it. So those are the two people that I'm hearing about. One guy is a criminal convict and the other guy has the wrong visa. I'm just trying to go home. Why am I in this room? Why am I in the same room as them? Anyway, yeah, it gets to me and a few questions and I'm done. Like, he asked me, like, did you get a visa denied? Well, I'm just like, yeah, I did. I got denied, then got approved later on. They didn't say why, but apart from that, he didn't really ask much. He just said, you're good to go. It took like 5 minutes, you're good to go. All of that from the first officer, just for the second officer to say, after one question, you're good to go. So I got to the connection area and I said, am I too late? Because it was 12:19 at this point, 10 minutes till the flight departed. They were like, yeah, you are too late, but we can put you in the next flight. So they got 3 flights to London today. I'm getting on the second one at 4 p.m. So 4 hours extra transit. It could be worse, I guess. It could have been a lot worse than 4 hours. So at least the flights today are not sold out completely. They're mostly sold. The flight I was meant to be on, I had a window seat right at the back of the plane, very back row, just for 2 people as well. So it's been quite good, you know, to get one person away from me to actually get to the toilet. But on the rebook flight, they first put me on the aisle, but like I checked on the app, can I change my seat? And I can. And there's a window seat, and the free chairs there are empty. Now that could change. Obviously, someone could check in. Maybe someone's not checked in yet, and they've not chosen their seat. But at the moment, I'm on my own with 3 seats, and I've got a window. So at least there's that. The only issue with me right now is I got work at 2 p.m. The flight that I was meant to be on just left. Lands at 6:55 a.m. So that's like a lot of time in between getting home, showering, getting to work. Now it lands at 10:25. So if there's no, it's a big if there's no delays, and I do get out the airport at like say 10:45 or something, I think I'd get home by midday, and then I'd be all right. But I need no delays. We shall see. So instead of UA 901, I'm going to choose UA 948. I didn't choose it, I was given it, but I'm happy I got the next flight instead of, you know, the last one or the day after. That is a lot of stress just because, like, it's not even my fault. Like, this is from, like, my travel agent put me on a flight where you're going to San Francisco to Washington, Washington to London. Then they changed it from Washington to Chicago. And then this flight was delayed by 2 hours. So they're just like, we're changing your flight again. You've now got a flight at 12:30 to London, straight from San Francisco. I'm just like, yeah, that's great. Then all these delays happen, and because of these delays, I get to customs late, and then customs didn't let me through straight away. Then I got to wait almost an hour just to see a second officer, then lets me through regardless. And then I got to get to the recheck area, and then I'm too late, and then I got to wait for the next flight. It's just all that nonsense. And I could make it to work on time still, so I don't think that's really a good thing. Because it's going to be quite a busy day at work, because I've just got a text from my work colleagues that there's quite a bit to do for me because I do a specific role. But yeah, this vlog is going to be quite short, you know, but half of it's going to be this run. Yeah, it could be worse, it could always be worse, but I will try not to transit through the United States next time. If I come here, it'll be to visit, alright, because I feel like when you transit through here and you're in a rush, it's not really, the US is not a particularly good place to be in a rush, you know. You're not really supposed to push people here. You're not meant to push people anywhere, but I mean, like in the US, if you look like you're aggravated, they'd probably look at you worse. I wasn't even that aggravated, I was just rushing a little bit. I'm just like, I got a flight 12:30, I got time for it. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't believe it, man. I have never missed a flight ever. This is my first time, and it's not even my fault. So maybe that's, you know, maybe I still haven't missed a flight technically. I mean, I have, officially I have, but like, it wasn't my doing. So it's not like I overslept, or it's not like I missed it on purpose. All these delays cost me, okay? So it is what it is. It is what it is. I love them. I got my boarding pass out. It's just like, your flight's ready, your flight's leaving in 10 minutes. I'm just like, no, you're already gone, mate. Yeah, but anyway, got my new boarding pass on my phone, on the paper as well. The phone was more relevant because I changed my seat. But yeah, I'm just gonna chill in this airport. Again, not any vlogging here. Shall we skip to takeoff? Yeah, we'll skip to takeoff. It's not the back, it's the middle, but the toilets are right there. And I got a window, and I got a wall behind me. Not bad. and number 1 holiday is California. This will be number 2. Just because this whole 30-hour debacle is just bloody. It's not ruined the holiday, but it's brought it down to 2nd place. I've just about had enough of these delays. You know what happened, right? This flight went smoothly. We took off on time. Everything was great. We were due to land 45 minutes early. We were stuck up there for like 45 minutes above London. Like we were circling around the airport. Why? Too much air traffic. So we were circling around in the plane. There's even a clip in the vlog of us like we're above the clouds just circling. Plane's just turning slowly in a big circle. And then we land and there's no gates. Yeah. Oh my days, I've got work in just over 3 hours. I could have more rest time in between that if I got on the previous plane. All these delays and then this in London. I'm glad to be home. I generally don't want to fly again for months, and I'm not until at least winter time in December, January. So I'm genuinely so glad to be home after all that nonsense. I'm so glad, but I did not enjoy that 2nd flight, to be honest with you, because I was like thinking about it more and more. I was more stressed out by missing that flight because of all that stupid nonsense. Like it was delays and that officer. I'm just like, just thinking about it annoyed me. So literally the whole flight I missed dinner. I was either trying to sleep or sleeping, but I was just thinking, so stressed out. I was only calm on the last hour of the flight. Last hour I was watching Transformers Rise of the Beasts. That's the only time I was like properly awake. So I had breakfast that they provided, nice waffle. I watched Rise of the Beast, mainly the fight scenes, for an hour, so that was fun. And then the whole landing debacle happened. I'm glad to be home. Honestly, I'm looking forward to working. One good thing about working is it takes your mind off things. It takes your mind off problems outside of work, so that's a good thing. And I'm looking forward to having some food as well. Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed the vlog. Before I go, I'm going to get Grandad's Force and Equalizer free because I watched it in Brisbane. He watched it at home, so he watched it in Cineworld, so I want to ask his opinion. And then the vlog is over. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And here's Grandad for a second. The movie.
Fine,
Action movie.
Your mum is not satisfied. She doesn't want to see such a film.
But did you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I know. So scary.
What did you think of the Italians?
Oh, fine hunter, no?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Denzel Washington.
How he committed this homicide and everything. It was wonderful, no?
Yeah.
I have never seen such a film.
You never seen Equalizer 3?
So terrible, no?
What do you out of 10?
Yeah, I can put 9.
9 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.